All praises to Yahweh. All praises to Yahweh Shai. All praises for the Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone have been and continue to teach the true gospel. Salute to the Akim, spreading the true gospel on the streets and lanes of the city, on the highways and hedges, and on the World Wide Web. Much love to you, Homo Aqua, who learn science with all subjection and are in righteous order under the men of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. This is the brother Roger from the Church of Philadelphia camp. And hey, Lord just put in my spirit to go into this thing is for the Israelites only, you know. And I'm thinking back when they had the members only jackets, right? And that members only is based on the bloodline, through the father, you know. And the reason why all this chaos is going on is for the controversy of Zion, and really for the elect men, the 144,000, right? Because the Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai has always kept a remnant. And Lord willing, I'll be at that number. And the brothers who labor in this truth, with the same doctrine, you know? And in terms of prophecies, they rolling, you know? And hey, I know, people still mocking, people still scoffing, people still backbiting and being damn demons. You can't tell them nothing, But hey, that's what the scriptures say. In the last days, there will be scoffers, right? And hey, it's ever more present now, because how can you not see what's happening? You can't see it because the Lord uh, had to make you a sign of being in the last days and being that scoffer, you know. And hey, it's gonna be hell to pay for you. The ones that actually scoffed and mocked the men of the Lord. Hell to pay for you, right? Because you can't, like I said, like in the last videos, you can't tell you anything. But it's the Lord that's got you like that, to show that scripture in terms of being scoffers in the last days, right? Because you definitely walking after your own lusts and basically doing what Esau Edom has made to be a thing, right? Forget the Bible. You don't forgot the Bible. Call yourself a Christian, right? Or you call yourself a Catholic, and you don't forgot the Bible. Well, you don't know the Bible, and neither do your pastors or your priests, right? And you think it's another 1,000 years for Yahweh Bashmel Shai to come, and it could be any day, you know. And hey, you know, we know that the MOTB got to come in, so it could be months from now. Let's just say that, you know, days from now, because things are moving faster and faster right before our eyes, right? But not before yours because you can't see. You got eyes, like scripture say, you got eyes, but you can't see. You got ears, but you can't hear. Because the Lord put you in that place. And hey, and who are we to try to get you out? Because we've spoken to you. You've heard the men of the Lord speak, but you chose to ignore it. You chose to ignore it because you want to stay here in Babylon, right? Simple fools. You've chosen the foolish things of this world, right? And you truly don't have the faith and belief that Yahweh Shai is coming, and especially not for you. Even though you are an Israelite, but you don't have the faith for the Israelite. You know, you think you whatever Esau Edom tell you are, and you trust in lies, right? But hey, That's on you. As for me, I choose to serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. I can't I can't save myself. So how can I, try to save other people? And knowing that scripture, you move a little differently. When you first come in this thing, you think you gonna be able to save everybody. Because it makes so much sense to you. That just shows you that the Lord has given you a perfect gift to the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. Because it's simple to you. It's simple to me as a hopeful elect, and you don't understand why people can't get it. But because they're not the elect of the elect. They're not the remnant. That's why. And the Lord has only chosen a remnant on this day. And everybody else is going to have to come through the loins of the men of the Lord. And that's just it. We'll not be at that number. But hey, this thing is like the members only jacket. If you're not a member, then you ain't getting in. You ain't getting on that ship. Point blank, period. And it also should tell you who the men of the Lord are. The men that's standing stiffly for the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Forget what everybody else think. What are you doing? You got a whole lot of people that talk, when they do nothing but talk. So this is a spiritual thing. That's why the Lord has given us the ability to read spirits. If you're spiritual, but you got a lot of doubting Thomases out there. You got a lot of scoffers and mockers out there. That's why it says the Lord will do nothing but he reveals his secrets unto his servants the prophets. And yeah, we go out in the highways and byways, hey, and we make our bodies a living sacrifice. Because it's just a strange thing to most people. But hey, that's what we do. We fighting for that penny. We fighting to be worthy. Hey, we fighting to make our call in the election sure. Right? All those things. It says he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Well, we're close to the end. We still got a little bit of prophecy to unfold. Not a lot, a little bit. And Lord willing, happens sooner rather than later. But he's given us the strength to wait patiently, to suffer. But enough for me, Babylon. Let's get in this precept. It says, the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. How how you get around that? And this is Yahweh Shah. This is Yahweh Shah. It's that clear. It's that simple. So is he going to contradict himself? Is he lying? Like, come on. It's what it says. Not sent, but into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. People are simple. That was his mission. And yeah, they called them lost sheep, Gentiles, right? Greek, because they was in those states of mind. It's not that hard. Well, hey, to a fool it's hard. You know? So he came to redeem his people. Who was his people? To tell you right there who people. Right? Well, Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles. Don't go, yeah, don't bother. And the city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he said he was sent to the Israelites, and he's just telling the, the disciples to also house of Israel. And it says as you go preaching, saying they can. Yeah, yeah. And that's why the disciples said, will restore the kingdom to Israel. Because again, it's about his people. It's about 8 people, the chosen people. And they were asking, right? Hey man, I don't know what to tell you people, but you're gonna have to pay. And I would want zero smoke with Yahweh Shemel Shai. Zero smoke. Because they asked Yahweh Shai, right? Lord, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? That's in Acts, first chapter, verse 6, right? It's all about the Israelites, you know? Again, Yahweh Shai speaking. The perfect man, the son of Yahweh. But you people, amen. Destruction unto you that try to add to the scripture, right? Or take away, trying to take away from Yahweh Shai what he's saying. You crazy? Yeah, you are crazy. You playing crazy, but the Lord going, hey, the Lord got something for that. And even in the last book, right? The last book, what happens? What was, you know, what was said? Well, let's get into it. Let's get into it. This is Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. And it had a great and high, had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates. Who 12 gates? Who 12 represent? And at the gates were 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, like, come on. What else you want? What else you want? It's telling you. Scripture. But hey, you weren't meant to get it. Front, right? He's gonna come quickly. And he's coming. He's coming. You know. But we in this thing want to be blessed. We want to keep His commandments to the best of our ability. And in the kingdom, we can't wait with His reward. And we just trying to do the work, right? We just trying to do the work. So, hey, as you see what's going on in the Middle East, it's heating up, and hey, we know that's where the so-called Middle East, and we know, hey, that's where the battle's gonna be. You got everybody down there now helping each other out, right? One side with Russia, China, Iran, right? Other side, Israel, U.S., and other nations, right? Along with them. And hey, you see the other nations ain't even trying to get into it. UK, France, Germany, right? Yeah. But we're gonna see. You know. Regardless, they're all a part of it. And that's what's happening. So hey, wait on that MOTB because it's here. It's here. We're waiting for that big fall, right? But it's coming. Hey, but enough of me. Hey, before I close, hey, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rechach Lord, this video is edifying to the elect. Until next time, Shalom.